Mohamed Salah launches another attack on Arne Slot and Liverpool Football Club. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. Today's video is going to centre around the events that took place last night on social media on a particular Mohamed Salah account. Now, he's not the only player to have done this, but he is obviously going to be the big name that is going to take the spotlight in this situation and story. In the aftermath of the Aston Villa game, he took to social media to basically thank the fans and basically launch an attack on the club. Now, it's not the first time, of course, that Mo Salah has been outspoken on the situation currently going on at Liverpool. Obviously, we all remember the story back in November. But this time, of course, now the season is done. Now that he is one game away from finishing his Liverpool career, it seems as though he has once again decided to come out in public and speak his mind. We're going to be looking at what he said. We're going to be looking into this story a little bit more in detail. But before we go any further in discussing all of that and much more, I would like to remind you all to please like the video and also subscribe if you are new. Both of those are always greatly appreciated. And as always, hit up the comment section down below as well. Use and abuse that section. People, talk to me on this intriguing story involving Mo Salah, Arne Slot and Liverpool Football Club. I'm sure what you have to say will make for great and interesting reading. So please do leave your thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it, down below in that comment section. And without further ado, let's get on with the story itself. Let's get on with talking about Mo Salah and his attack on social media last night. Look, like I say, this isn't the first time that Mo Salah has spoken out in public about the situation going on at Liverpool, and once again he's decided to use his platform to voice his displeasure and his frustration at basically a club that he doesn't recognise anymore. He's not the only player to have done this as well. Curtis Jones and Andy Robertson have both done similar things. I don't remember if anyone else has done it, but there may have been one or two more players that maybe have done similar things or have at least shown support to these players and that have decided to speak out in public. But yeah, it's a genuine reflection on how they are feeling right now and how a lot of Liverpool fans are feeling as well. I'm sure there are a lot of Liverpool fans that can somewhat relate to the frustrations and the anger that is being shown by these players over what has been a very frustrating season in which has failed to meet expectations beyond belief. A season we went into with a lot of hope, a lot of excitement, a lot of optimism that purely has not delivered and has not delivered on a massive scale. The statement that Salah put out last night on his social media accounts reads like this: I have witnessed this club go from doubters to believers and from believers to champions. It took hard work and I always did everything I could to help the club get there. Nothing makes me prouder than that. Us crumbling to yet another defeat this season was very painful and not what our fans deserve. I want to see Liverpool go back to being the heavy metal attacking team that opponents fear and back to being a team that wins trophies. That is the football I know how to play, and that is the identity that needs to be recovered and kept for good. It cannot be negotiable, and everyone that joins the club should adapt to it. Winning some games here and there is not what Liverpool should be about. All teams win games. Liverpool will always be a club that means a great deal to me and to my family. I want to see it succeed for a long time after I have moved on. As I've always said, qualifying for the next season's Champions League is the bare minimum, and I will do everything I can to make that happen. I mean, he must have been watching a lot of Liverpool fans' content creation over the past season or so, because that is exactly the kind of things that we've been talking about, not just on this channel, but on other channels similar that have been Liverpool fans talking about Liverpool Football Club and the expectations that clearly have not been met this season. But he's 100% right. Friday night's defeat to Aston Villa was again another abysmal display by Liverpool, and it was again another rinse and repeat performance of let's try the same thing and maybe this time it will work, and it clearly didn't, and we got absolutely embarrassed and humiliated. 4-2, as I mentioned in my match reaction video, actually flattered us. Then you move on to him speaking about his days under Jurgen Klopp, and Jesus Christ, I wish we had a time machine to go back to those days, because right now, the days that we're currently living in are painful. And he is absolutely right. The team, the size and the standard of Liverpool Football Club deserves to be competing every year for trophies. No one's expecting to win every single season, because that simply just doesn't happen, but we expect to compete. We expect to be at the top. And, winning trophies is obviously ingrained in the club's DNA. It's why we're the most successful club in England. That's just part and parcel of it. And Salah knows and understands that. It's just a shame that other people don't. He's calling out the standard of play. He's calling out the style of play as well. He's calling out Arne Slot in that motion, which is completely polar opposite to he's completely polar opposite to what Jurgen Klopp was doing when obviously he brought Mo Salah into the fold at Liverpool. And again, he's 100% right. The chaos, the easy on the eye, the fear, it's all ingrained in what Liverpool were in like the 80s and in the 70s, the 80s, and obviously moving forward into the Jurgen Klopp era. It's all of that stuff. It's ingrained, and Mo Salah understands that. He gets that, and he's so familiar with the club, and obviously like he goes on to say, it's become a part of his life, and it has become a great deal to him right now and to his family. He understands all of that. He lives it, he breathes it. And so to see this club turn into something he doesn't recognise is horrible. And for Liverpool fans to see the same thing, it is horrible as well. And he just completely, absolutely smashes it, in my opinion. He completely gets it in the statement that he's put out there, and I, for one, applaud him and thank him for speaking out, because it's so easy for footballers to do the company corporate thing and be the corporate guy, say the PR media training ridiculousness that they come out with, the whole we need to stand together, we need to unite in order to face these tough times together and all of that kind of stuff. And there just comes a point where that just doesn't cut it anymore, especially after week after week after week of terrible performances, only just scraping a result here and there, or getting absolutely humiliated in the way that we did, or have been on multiple occasions this season. Even when we've drawn games, like they've been some embarrassing draws this season. Not drawing against the newly promoted sides, for example, drawing to a Tottenham side who got their only point under Igor Tudor against us, or drawing against the Chelsea side who were going through their worst run of form since before the First World War. Like, things like that. It's completely understandable where Mo Salah's coming from. And again, he's not the only one. Like I say, Curtis Jones has done the same thing. Andy Robertson has done the same thing. And what do those three have in common? Well, Mo Salah and Andy Robertson are definitely going to be leaving at the end of the season. They've been here. They're one of the most senior players. They've been here the longest. So, of course, they're going to... There's nothing that the club can do about it. Like, out of maybe bitterness, maybe Slot sees this and now doesn't play them in the final game of the season, which would be wrong, by the way, because that Brentford game is is probably going to be a very big must-win game for us. So if that's to happen and we're not playing Salah, for example, then we've probably lost that game. And not only that as well, but like, what are they going to do to them two if they're already leaving in the summer? Absolutely nothing. So I respect the way that they've come out and spoken about it. And Curtis Jones looked like he's going to be off and leaving in the summer as well. He doesn't quite see eye to eye with Arne Slot. I don't want him to leave personally because I feel like Slot should go rather than him. But at the same time, I can't fault him if he does want to leave and get out of here, because he's got to think about his career and his playing time and all of that kind of stuff. And it's just a horrible ordeal all round. And I know that a lot of people might be sat there currently thinking it's wrong that he's taking it public again, but everything that Mo said in November has come to fruition. Everything that Mohamed Salah ranted about, well, near enough everything that he ranted about in November has come out, and he's been telling the truth this entire time. Like, him being scapegoated is obviously the big part of his overall rant. Fast forward to the present day, it's right. Like, mitigating circumstances. I mentioned this yesterday in my match reaction. The mitigating circumstances that are allegedly keeping Arne Slot in the job include the vast change in the squad that has happened over the course of last summer, the tragic and horrible passing of Diogo Jota, which I'll say again for the people in the back of the room, is an absolutely disgraceful and disgusting excuse on why this club has failed so much. Like, to use it consistently throughout the season as a way to kind of justify why these players may not exactly be reaching expectation, or why the club isn't reaching expectation, is just horrible and disgraceful in my personal opinion. And now it's like, well, we've got players that are outspoken and players that aren't hitting the standards on the pitch, but they're setting the standards in the gym. And it's like, Slot, you've just basically called out the guy that has been the main cog in the machine at Liverpool for the past several years. One of the major reasons why you won a Premier League title last season, and you calling him out, you're throwing him under the bus, you're making him a scapegoat. It's just wrong, it's just horrible, it's just completely stupid on your part. And to the Liverpool fans, you aren't going to win, because nothing that Salah has said, nothing that Salah has done has been completely wrong or completely, blown out of proportion or anything along those lines. He's been right near enough every step of the way. Near enough every step of the way, Salah has been right. And now it's all coming out in the wash that is genuinely the truth. And it may not just be Slot. It may obviously go higher at the club. It may go to the sporting directors and whoever, the likes of Richard Hughes, the likes of Michael Edwards, and so on and so forth. It might be the higher ups at Liverpool Football Club. But the fact that Salah's come out now and spoken about this, the fact that Andy Robertson did something similar, like, they're off in the summer, they can do that. like I said, the club can't do anything about it. The likes of maybe Virgil van Dijk, who are probably going to be here next year, he's probably in an awkward situation where maybe he does want to speak out a bit more. Maybe he doesn't want to do the whole media trained PR BS. But at the same time, maybe he can't, being the club captain. But you do feel like if the club captain was to turn, maybe more and more in that squad would turn as well. Look, maybe this is the thing that needed to push Arne Slot out the door at Liverpool. Maybe not. I don't know. I just think that this is a clear sign that he's lost the dressing room. And if an influential figure like Salah is speaking out about this, I can't imagine he's on his own here. Like I say, Robertson has done the same thing. Jones has done something similar. Not quite to the scathing level that Salah went into with that post, but they have called out the standards of this season, and simply put, they are not good enough. And there is not a Liverpool, well, there shouldn't be a Liverpool fan on the planet that should disagree with what Salah has done or agree to this is what we was expecting of us. That should not be the case. But these are just the thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you call it, of this guy. I want to know what you guys are thinking and feeling, so let me know in the comment section down below what you made of Mohamed Salah's comments on Arne Slot and Liverpool Football Club. Let me know what you guys are thinking, your thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it. Will make for great and interesting reading, I'm sure, down below. So please do use and abuse that section, people, and get involved. Otherwise, hit the like button on the way up if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Both things will always and forever be greatly appreciated. And as always, thank you all so much for watching and listening. I've been Fletch. This has been another Fletch Talks video, and I'll see you and speak to you all again soon in another video or live stream or whatever it may be. Cheers, guys. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.